So there's a big misunderstanding regarding George Pickens and his character concerns, but an NFL insider just cleared things up. Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Mauricio Rodriguez here at A-Z Sports Dallas. We are still in George Pickens celebration mode because it is a huge move for the Cowboys, and I know it's got some issues, and we're going to talk about them today. And that's because when it comes to the football aspect of the trade, there's no reason to not be happy about it. George Pickens is a potential number one wide receiver on most offenses around the NFL. But since the Cowboys have CeeDee Lamb in their ranks, then Pickens to be asked to be the number two is only going to be beneficial to his style of playing because he's going to get a lot of one-on-one looks and he will be able to do what he does best, which is get vertical, earn yards after the catch, but mostly win contested catch situations. The concerns when it comes to Pickens come when you get into his character, into his personality. And a lot of people make it seem like the big reason why he left Pittsburgh was because they were really done with dealing with him. Jeff Ho from The Athletic even reported recently that multiple NFL teams laughed off the idea of trading for George Pickens during the NFL draft because they know he is an issue. But I think there's been a misunderstanding that's been growing and growing when it comes to what the character concerns are for Pickens. Rob Gregson from A-Z Sports Pittsburgh has talked about it in the sense of, well, he was late to multiple meetings. He even held charter flights for the team because he wasn't there yet. And of course, we fans have seen him on the field. We've seen him blow up and throw punches and get wild in the sidelines, antagonizing players. There are some issues there. But that's one thing. And a whole different thing is to be a locker room problem, to be a player your teammates don't like. And it doesn't seem that is the case for George Pickens. And Peter Schrager just talked about it when he joined the Pat McAfee show earlier in the week. And this is the exact quote. I know this sounds like I'm buttering up to the player, and I get a lot of that when I say this, but he wasn't a disliked player in that Steelers building. He was late for certain things, and there were issues on game day with him getting frustrated with the quarterback by wanting the ball. But to a man, everyone in Pittsburgh was like, he shows up, he works hard, he blocks his ass off, and he can still play. I would be significantly concerned with George Pickens' maturity problems if they were all about him not getting along with teammates, him breaking that locker room chemistry. But based on what Schrager is saying and based on most of the things that we've seen from Pickens, that isn't really going to be the case. But if the risk is having a flag thrown on the field for unnecessary roughness or personal fouls, sure, no one is going to like that, but that is going to be much less impactful thing than to say having Pickens get into a fight with Dak Prescott in the locker room or CeeDee Lamb. Doesn't seem like that's going to happen. Now, if he's going to complain about not getting the football, I mean, good for him. I don't mind it when CeeDee Lamb gets pissed about that. I actually want that in my number one wide receiver. I want that in my number two wide receiver as well if he's going to be a dog like George Pickens. And sure, I think the Cowboys are going to have to deal with that. They're going to have to get Pickens involved because otherwise he will be not happy. But I don't see that as a true issue for the Cowboys going into the 2025 NFL season. So when people talk about George Pickens having character concerns, know that those are legit. Know that those are part of what made the Steelers not want to pay him a big-time deal. But also keep in mind two things. Number one, it's not that he's going to break the locker room apart when he's in Dallas. And two, the Cowboys themselves are not going to sign him to a long-term extension yet. This is a one-year rental for them. It's a one-year rental for George Pickens. And let's see how 2025 plays out and then worry about the rest in 2026. Let me know what you guys think. Is George Pickens a problem for the locker room? Yes or no in the comments below.